All right, Tisa, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tisa? Tisa, let me know if you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm new to this. I'm still waiting on some callers to get on. Can you hear me clear?
Yes, I hear you real clear. Yes.
All right. I don't know if you're on the app or anything, but I am showing all right. I'm sharing my screen as well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give some people some time, but peace and love.
Peace and love.
I appreciate you joining me. What I usually do, I'm recording it as well.
Okay.
I believe everything starts in the thought realm first. I'm not an attorney or a tax expert. I do this for educational, informational purposes only. I do this because this is the best high in my life. I've never felt a high better than this. By standing for truth and doing what's right. I believe the word utter and outer have the same root meaning, so what you utter becomes outer around you. We're all based on everything's based on patterns and behaviors. So my daily affirmations, I declare I'm lucky. My life is filled with abundance. I give out and attract positive vibes all day. My life is grand and ever improving. I'm thankful for all the experiences that have shaped me. I am worthy. Life guides me to always make the right decision. I'm always at the right place at the right time. I constantly attract positive things into my life. I am perfect in every way. Making money is extremely easy for me. I constantly birth new ideas for passive income. Money is frequently attracted to me daily. I attract luck and prosperity at all times. I'm self-validated. I do not need external validations. Miracles happen to me all the time, and I'm grateful for everything in my life. I got some people asking to get on. Let me try to. What was you have to say? Go ahead.
I said I say. I was just confirming what you just said.
Oh, okay. All right. What led me to this was going through the court systems, and I built a relationship with my higher power because I didn't believe in anything greater than myself until I was faced with adversity, and then my higher power just opened up new doors to me.
And I think it's ironic for the majority of the people that do get into this stuff is because they've dealt with court systems.
Of course, of course. It's always, see, we have to understand, if we think in terms of energy, the negative is going to come to us to lead us to the positive. We live in a realm of duality, so there has to be a negative and a positive. Everybody has a job to do. But when you start walking with the light and walking on the positive side, it's just more rewarding and uplifting, because what goes around comes around. We reap what we sow. There's no such thing as time. It's cause and effect. There's a season.
Mm-hmm.
So when the sun was shining on you and everything was fine and dandy, what was you putting forth out there? So these people know that we don't have a relationship with our higher power, and so when it comes to that time we don't have that relationship, they play a part on that, and they cash in, and they take our spirit essence or dead or whatever you want to call it. It means death. They're still in your energy. The 10 rules of commerce. I love the 10 rules of commerce, and I give praise and shout out to Brother Tazadak Shaw. I learned the 10 rules of commerce through Brother Tazadak Shaw. He's a deprogrammed enlightener.
Yeah,
love
I know
that
him.
man.
Yes, I'm familiar with him.
10 rules of commerce. You can only control what you create. So when you go in there as a parent, you're a parent who rents. You didn't control that. You didn't create that. You created a son or a daughter. You didn't create a child. You cannot control what you did not create. See, these trusts that come into play, they're trusts. The government knows they can't own anything. That's why they created a trust for you. A trust created for you. You operate it. They control you. They're the puppet masters of you. You think you're operating in commerce, but are you really? Do you have the knowledge that it takes to be a board of trustees or a director? Are you the puppet master? They're the puppet masters, because you don't have the knowledge, because you don't take the time to learn that relationship with your higher power. It's simple as that. Everything starts in the invisible first. Who created these words, sacred geometry, these letters, these dots, these lines? Man created them. And you can see through it if you wasn't trying to ask a man for stuff. Learn how to build a relationship with your higher power, the invisible. You're creative. Don't let a man or a person or a corporation dictate who your creator is. Like, that's dumb. All commerce is based upon a allodial title. What was that?
I was going to say sometimes it's kind of hard. It's difficult to see it in that perspective, just from the fact that because that's how we've been taught, you know.
Yeah, but right. So because we're believing these boxes they keep putting us on. You gotta get away from those boxes and get that time to yourself. Whether it's 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, that's just 20 minutes a day. You spend more time than that on Facebook. So why you can't put the phone down, the TV down, the music down, and just sit in silence and try to figure out who you are? Figure out your patterns of behaviors, because Saturday through Sunday is a behavior. Sunday through Saturday is a behavior. That's a pattern, a behavior. Something that was showed to you. But have you tried to figure out things on your own? Have you tried to erase everything that you was taught and then try to start over?
Most definitely.
Because when the sun talks to the moon, it doesn't speak in English, but they have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build a relationship with everything before you can make anything manifest. I gotta know there's a way between me and $100,000. I gotta know, like, hey, I gotta get to this $100,000. I gotta come up with a plan in my life, because I leave myself every step of the way. As long as I have a goal, then I have direction. It's all about creating those plans. We allow these people we don't have no plans or clear direction. We allow these people to do whatever they want with us.
And we do that. And like I said, a lot of times it's out of lack of knowledge, you know, because we don't know. But then once you find this stuff out, oh my goodness.
But what is knowledge? Knowledge is knowing the ledge. So you got to learn how to look at it from different perspectives. Learn how to be quiet and jump in somebody else's shoes. Learn to see what they're going through, so you can get things from their perspective. Because the only truth is the way you look at it. That's why there's 25 definitions for one word, because them are different people's perspectives. Quit allowing people to define your reality. You know, if I want to go get some food, I can go get an apple tree. Go get some free food. But we think that we have to go to a store, to a dead body, because a corporation means dead body. We don't know how to be self-reliant and self-sufficient, but we want to say that we want to be kings and queens, but don't know how to run an empire. Still want to fight the brother man over this piece of paper. It's fiat currency. It has a lien number on it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Number 4, the only true title to anything is the MSO, the Manufacturer Statement of Origin. When you register anything, you give up that title. There's no money, just fiat currency and credit. So how do you get true currency? You store it in the invisible. If you're broken, that means you're broke spiritually. Because if you believe in God and the higher power, you have a relationship with your Creator, you think your Creator is going to have you down here looking bad, you're representing your Creator. So obviously you don't have a relationship with your Creator because you're looking bad right now. But everything happens for a reason, man. So when that negativity comes, stand tall through adversity. You stand strong through adversity, great things will happen to you. A battery cannot work without negative and positive energy, without a negative and positive charge. That tree didn't start blooming fruit until it went through those storms.
That's true.
There's no involuntary servitude, so everything's based upon our consent, man. The only rule there is, man, if it harms none, you can do whatever you want. If you didn't hurt nobody and have no malicious intent behind your actions, you can do whatever you want.
Well, we need to
First in line.
convince them of that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can. You can convince them. It's all through documentation and paperwork. But
Yep.
you was tricked when you came into this realm. But you chose to go through this situation. You was chose to drop off into this jungle, so to speak, because it started into invisible first. Everything starts in the invisible first. So it's all about trying to get in tune with your prayers, asking your higher power, something, meditation, receiving the answers. It's all about getting in that thought realm, getting in touch with yourself. Get past that negativity. When I first started being led to the right things, only how I knew it was right was I did the opposite thing that was on my mind. I just did the opposite. Because I knew I was programmed incorrectly. Number 8 is the first in line is the first in time. So that's important about becoming a secure party creditor and putting things on the county deeds record along with the Secretary of State. Because that's how you operate in commerce. You're operating in commerce whether you realize it or not, you want to get out of it or not. Until you got that enough fiat currency or credit or whatever stored up or got some people to get you some land to put it in a trust, man, you got to operate in commerce. So you got to do what it do with it because law is contract, contract is law, and learn this stuff. Do not interfere with commerce, ever. You interfere with commerce, they're coming for you. Everything on the earth is considered property. You interfere with it, that's interfering with commerce. Don't interfere with the property. Number 10, do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. That's the most important thing. Do not let anything come in between you and your higher power. Hello, everybody that's joining. We just went over the 10 laws of commerce. And I'm just going to go over a few things before we get started and break the stuff down. We can go over the private banking, why it's important to know, secure party creditor, writ of habeas corpus. We'll go over family court issues, child care custody, affidavits of fact. We'll go over the foreclosures, common law marriage contracts. So I'll just go over these quickly. Your nationality and status change, traffic court, and name change. And then what you should really put on file with your SPC. And then we'll get to the car issues. How to get a car with a window sticker. And I'm planning on trying this with a RV. I'm going after some RVs, man. Because this time, that's what we need. So I'm after an RV. We'll let you know how it goes. Most processes I do or utilize, I say 45 days or less. It's one of my favorite numbers. So that's always my goal, 45 days or less. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a tax expert. I feel like I'm sent from the Most High. I am ordained to the Universal Life Church and my peers. And I've been doing this for a while now. But just real quick, I don't know if it's going to be a 2-hour event. I have a lot of things going on. But I will make sure you get the information. You can reach out to me, too. My number is 407-274-5161. Again, my name is 407-274-5161. You can text me or call me. I will respond as soon as possible. You can also reach me at donkalam.com. That's DONKILAM.com. Again, that's DONKILAM.com. We work strictly off donations. We don't really charge much. We'll come to you if need be. Just cover travel expenses and hotel stay. I'm going to show up for court, debt, whatever you need, man. I show up as a minister or a friend of the court, but I'm always on your side to make sure they do everything lawfully and we implement common law, and we also use the Bible as well for everything that we do. Because that's what they use, the Bible. It's fact in the courtroom. Everybody be mindful. It's on the screen. I am screen sharing. 28 U.S.C., United States Code 3002. That's their definitions in the courtroom, so you always have to rebuke their definitions. It tells you what the counsel for the United States means, what is the United States, what the attorney, private attorney, what courts mean, what a debt means. This is all their definitions. All right, secure party, agreements, all these things, United States Marshals. But the main thing to think, it even talked about lien security agreements in the state. But the main thing is subsection 15A. United States means a federal corporation. So everything's acting as a corporation. They're acting like gods on earth. Fed means, Fed means you just ate, means error, AL means God or contract. So they're feeding you an error of God, or they're feeding you an error contract. So that's important the corporations are not real, they're fiction. So in order for them to even understand you or acknowledge your claims, you have to learn how to direct this fictional character that was created on your behalf. You got to learn how to operate this trust that was made on your behalf. You got to learn how to operate as these people operate, through titles, presidents, board of directors, things of these nature. And that's where private banking comes into play, and that's why private banking is important. You got to learn how to create the trust, because no one owns anything. We operate in trust. We put the things into the trust, and now it's more atoms and vibrations. When we came into this land, somebody had to dictate what they saw. They tried to use words. Then they came over here, they took this land. They taught us their language, and then they taught us their religion. Then they called their people and said they had some land for sale. So that's important to know. Everything's based upon a lie, so anytime the truth shows up, the truth will always set you free. The truth never changes. And it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So the only thing these people understand is paperwork. So it's just, you got to learn how to implement the right paperwork. And with private banking, that's trust. You can't get a private schooling if you went through public school system. So it's important to learn the private side of things. Jewish people learn these things by the age of 13. They're considered men in trading. They know how to trade upon us because they see us as property. They see us as corporations. And we truthfully are. They consider us experts in banking because we use fraudulent dollar bills every day, fraudulent promissory notes, Federal Reserve notes. So learn private side of banking, learn about trust, bonds, gold, silver. That's real lawful currency. A currency is your energy, the energy within you. So build that relationship with yourself. What goes around comes around. Real currency. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you guys too. I see people are starting to join. Yeah, real currency starts in the invisible realm first, the thought realm. You reap what you sow. Do what you can for others. If it harms none, do what you will. Always go above and beyond for yourself first. Charity starts at home. Get that time to yourself. Get that 10 minutes to yourself in the morning, 10 minutes at night. Speak your reality into existence. Create goal setting. So after you do the private banking, that's when before you get to the private banking, I would start your secure party creditor process. With the secure party creditor process, you want to have your security agreement. That's between the uppercase name and the live person, you. The uppercase name is a corporation. So when I say corporation, and I'm speaking of the straw man, you have to know that that's a corporation. When you see that name, anytime you're talking to an agent and they say your name, there's no difference between that name and Burger King, okay? There's no difference. So get your security agreement together, your UCC1, that puts a lien. That creates a lien against the corporation, showing that you're the one that's in charge. You direct all these affairs. Common law copyright, no one can use it. No one can use your corporation name, your corporate name. You create a trust. This really puts you in charge of your corporate name and proves that it's a trust. And you can do all this through their codes and statutes. The LLC that also puts it on with the state, the Secretary of State shows us that it's the actual corporation, makes a corporate record. with that all uppercase name. You want to have your hold harmless agreements, indemnity bonds, your powers of attorney, your CUSIP numbers, your fee schedules. You want to have your affidavit of all rights reserved, your affidavit of secured party creditor, your affidavit of your foreign status. You want to have an affidavit showing that you're tax exempt. You want to have an affidavit of declaring that you're executor. You also want to have a state EIN and a 98 EIN and a death certificate as well. All these things just put you in control of that corporation. And once you read it out loud, if you read it out loud and just take a look at it, it starts to have an effect on your psyche or your spirit. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes 21 days to create a new habit or pattern. So you just got to trust yourself. That's why it's important. You have a relationship with your creator. No one can define who your creator is. Reach out to me because I am recording this as well. If you have any legal issues, lawful issues, you feel like you're incarcerated and you didn't hurt nobody, you feel like you know it's violating your God-given rights, it's important to know about a writ of habeas corpus. That's the release of the dead body, but we don't file those. We file the release of property, all right? Demand to release property. Certain forms, if you're a secured party creditor already, you definitely will never be scared to file these forms. Look into the performance bonds, bid bonds, and UCC 3-410, and that just makes you the head of that property. 27 CFR 7211, that also shows you that all crimes are commercial. So the GSA forms to be released. Standard Form 24, that's a bid bond for your bid bond. Performance bond is Standard Form 25, and your performance bond is 25A. And the penal sum shall be, they put a penal sum on with these forms, and if it's not paid, it creates a default judgment. And that's just for the private side. On the public side, we also have affidavits you file as well, along with letters of rogatory, ecclesiastic, poll deeds, challenging jurisdiction. Always send them a W-9 requesting an EIN number, along with the 1099-A. Now, family court issues, we can help you with that. It's always about the property, all right, or the tax issue. Child care custody, same thing. Affidavits of facts, anything you put on record, you want to put under an affidavit of fact or affidavit of truth, mark it as exhibit, and that makes it evidence. So it's tampering with evidence if they ever mess with it. We can also help you, and I have information to show you how foreclosure is a fraud. And bank mortgages, we go straight after the bank mortgages and companies. Common law marriage is just a contract. You can do your own contracts with God. You don't need the state. Same way with nationality and status change. You can change your name. This will help you boost your credit as well. Traffic tickets, you just review the tickets the same way with the standard forms that we was talking about. And always put your birth certificate on file with the clerk as well. And get your name changed. All these things help. Now to the good stuff. So, just went over that quickly so you guys know. It's important to know that you are foreign to this nation, all right? You're foreign when it comes to the corporate world. The corporation is foreign, all right? You're a live man. You're of the land. They operate underwater. So you're born with God-given rights. You have rights that cannot ever be taken from you. These people dictate it, and they can only take it away from you based on your consent. So when you learn how to operate as a secured party creditor, as a king, as the operator of your own corporation or empire, whatever you want to call it, you'll start learning executive processes for these corporations that these people already know. That's how they stay at their elite. That's how they stay where they're at. When you file your SPC, your secured party creditor, you act as a creditor now, no longer a debtor. You act as a king. You're no longer a slave. These prisons are debt prisons. When you think like a debtor, you'll always be a debtor. So it's important you build a relationship with the Most High, your Heavenly Father, because you are a king, you are a queen, you are a creator. You created everything in your life. You led yourself to this right here, and it started in the thought realm. You had to think about it first. You had to think about coming here. You didn't have to come here, and I appreciate you guys coming here and learning this valuable information. You hand this off to your kids. They're your future selves. You make sure they know the truth. So you never request anything or beg for anything for your position of power because you know who you are. You know you came from the Most High, all right? So Ann Smith taught this. I learned the processes from through Lighthouse Law Club, Patrick Devine's version, so that's the version I'll be going over. But Ann version had a great version as well, and I give her kudos for coming out and speaking upon the information and putting it out there. But you only need 2 documents, all right? And it's important. So the live person, I usually send the live person stuff to Kentucky. Like I said, I'm not an expert, and don't say I sent you to do this stuff. But I send stuff to P.O. Box 192 in Covington, Kentucky. But when it comes to certain things, as far as property, physical property, I always send it to Washington, D.C. And they do have a UCC Contract Trust Division Unit of the Internal Revenue Service, and there is a difference between the IRS and Internal Revenue Service. And that's 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C., 20220. Now, it's important when these people call you, if you ever call, ask for their name. You ask for their name. Hey, people call me all the time. Hey, the IRS called me. U.S. Bank called me. How can they call you? You talk to a live person. Get their name so you always know who you're talking to. How can you talk to a damn bank? How can you talk to the IRS? They're alphabets. There's a man or a woman behind pushing those papers or pushing those phone calls, all right? The only 2 documents that you'll need is the window sticker for the car and a bill of credit, all right? And here's what the window sticker looks like. So it has to be a new car, but not all new. But not all, older cars don't all have them. That's what you get, that window sticker right there. You just go in the bank and you tell them, or you just go into the dealership. You tell them, I need a copy of the window sticker. My bank needs it. I'm gonna pay it in full. I just need a copy of the window sticker. We're gonna come back, pick it up, pay you direct cash, and they'll give it to you. They'll just make a copy of it for you. You register in the bill of credit. Let me show you. I use Patrick Devine's, and that's what worked for me. These are the only 2 things you need. And after this show, you contact me. I'll give you the direct PDF. It's free. I'll upload it on Google Drive so you can download it or whatever. I email it to you however you need it. I can send it to you. You register the bill of credit on your UCC-1, all right, your secured party agreement, and assign it to the IRS on a UCC-3. Now, the UCC-1 collateral change, all property belonging to the debtor belongs to the secured party, all right? Debtor is a transmitting utility. Debtor is a trust, all right? That all capitalized name is a trust or a corporation. See all property on attached Schedule A property list. Now the UCC-3 collateral change, the negotiable instrument number is the value amount of the car, and then you print the tax bill stamp on the window sticker, or you may handwrite it with a red marker. All right, and that's this right here. I give you, just reach out to me. I give you the whole PDF of everything I'm pulling this from. Now, it's important to know that you are a foreign national born with unalienable rights. When this process or debt process, you're always operating as a creditor, all right? Always operating as a creditor. And there's really nothing to it. It's really that simple. You send the bill of credit with the stamped window sticker via certified mail with a return receipt to the Internal Revenue Service, the Contract Trust in D.C. Now, anything else, if I have problems, I usually send it to Covington, Kentucky, P.O. Box 192. Now, enforcement through the administrative process of your bill of credit is not honored. Send a complaint and notice in demand with a copy of your documents. And then you send it to the acting commissioner, the commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service in Washington, D.C. as well. And you also send it to the Federal Bureau of Investigations. People get scared. You cannot live in these fear-based realities. Also, when you get these, I also have pictures of people who've actually done this process and it's worked. Like I said, we're going to go get some RVs, man. This is what we're on. This stuff's serious. It works. You just got to know who you are. All right? Know who you are. Build that relationship with yourself so you're not fearful and you're always ready to make the right decisions. And that's all I have now. I'm going to get off and let you guys, if you have any. You have to unmute yourself. Is anybody there?
Yep.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man?
How's it going, man? You have any questions?
Well, I lost some information, but I've been trying to write down everything you said. The only thing I didn't figure it out was
Yeah.
on the register or bill of credit. What UCC forms were the ones you were talking about?
All right. So when you register the bill of credit, you do it on a UCC-1, all right? And you assign it to the
Okay.
IRS on a UCC-3, if you're familiar with those. It's just all about collateral change. And if you know about the secure party credit process, it shouldn't be new to you. But I have the actual PDF with the actual instructions to send to you if you need it. I'll also update it on Facebook. You can text me. I can. My number is 407-274-5161. I'll send you the direct PDF that I have in the processes that I've been using with other people. If you look into Lighthouse Law Club, I think a lifetime membership's $1,900, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. They'll teach you everything you need to know. It starts about trust and how to operate within those trusts. I'm doing business with them now as we speak. They have not showed me anything wrong at all.
So
they're on YouTube as well. They have videos. That's just what I don't believe you have to be a secure party with anything that you do. But when these people are presented, they don't know how to act. So we believe what we see. So when you become a secure party creditor, that's just your documentation to prove your allegations or your authority. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shows that you're the owner of that corporate name. Because when I show up, my name's King. They can't tell me nothing different. Because as soon as you show up as that government name, that means you're a corporation. Now you're a puppet again. They get to control that puppet because they believe they own that name. Don't mean it's true. You can't own the element in the air. I hope this makes sense.
I just kind of
like I said.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
When you register your name, does it really have to be a LLC, or can it just be
not necessarily. Everybody says LLC, but you can register just as a fictitious name. That proves that it's a fictitious name. You don't really need to register as an LLC.
Okay,
you just
the
put it on record that, you just need to get it on record because a corporation, what corporation means is a dead body. More than one corporation is a corpse. So when you show that this is a corporation or a corporate name, you're adding to a corporate record, if that makes sense.
Okay, and could you repeat
on the public record?
Could you repeat the types of affidavit we're gonna need?
All right.
I just have the foreign status, the tax exempt, and the executor.
Yeah, there's more
ID
to it, but these are the main ones. These are the main ones that I feel that are important. All right, so the affidavit of all your rights being reserved.
Okay.
Your power of attorney. You really want to name all the QSIP numbers as well on any of the documents ever printed on anything that you have. Because a corporation was created, whether you wanted to be there or not, it's there. There was a trust created with your name that started a corporation with that all capitalized name. So with that being said, you have to learn how to operate that business. You have to learn how to operate that corporation because whether you want it to be there or not, it's there. Now, if you don't want to operate in the commerce, you learn how to shut it down, then you go move in the middle of the woods somewhere and just wait for the federal government to try to take that over. That's the true reality. I mean, I don't think they're in, you ever heard of Jessup? They're not in the country of Jessup. You got to get to Jessup, if you know where Jessup is. If you get to, nobody heard of Jessup. That's why you need to get there. Now, party of you want to make sure you put an affidavit of your fee schedules, that you're a foreign status, affidavit showing that you're tax exempt, and an affidavit showing you're the declaring that you're the executor of that corporation, that all capitalized name, that federal corporation. Anytime you see your name in capitalized letters, man, that's a federal corporation. 3002, subsection 15A, United States means federal corporation. So anytime they see the all capitalized name, that name means United States. You understand?
Okay, and is there a
use in here, like, so when I talk to these people, if anybody talks to you, the IRS cannot call you, no bank can call you, no court can call you, no court can write you. That's a person doing that. That's a person pushing that paper. That's a person dialing those numbers. I don't care if it's automated. A person created that program to make it automated. And a person is turning that automation on and off and entering your numbers in that system. There's always a man. There's a paper trail. So you follow the paper trail with anything it is you need to do.
Okay.
And then you talk to your higher power. That's how you distinguish the difference. And you'll be led the right way. We got to stop looking outside for answers, man. We got to start looking within for answers. And then when the information is presented to you, you can see through the bullshit. Excuse my language. So we're not spellbound no more and confined to these boxes. I hope that makes sense, King. You can reach out to me. You can text me, man. I'll give you more information one-on-one. Everything that you need, man. Just hit me. Tell me what you need. If it's documents, we give them for free. If you need coaching, then we need donations because it's time and energy. But as far as my free time, man, I do what I can for everybody. I can't save the world, but I can do what I can and give you all the information and try to make whatever it makes sense to you. I do have a whole team. We travel. We come to you.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, is there like a resource to find all the forms, or we'll just write to you and we can probably receive them from y'all?
What I do is I have a Google Drive. Only information I put out there is the information I've used and utilized and saw work. So I have more information if you want it, but the only information that I put out there is the stuff I've seen and witnessed work. I've been traveling the last 2 years just helping people. The courtroom is my specialty. That's what led me to all of this. The courtroom runs the world. So if you guys ready for this, this is my knowledge and belief. I believe that we're divine beings, and that's pure energy, and we're having human experiences. I believe that 50 trillion cells make you up, and these people are trying to control these cells. I believe that you're trapped in skin, not sin. Again, I'll say it, you're trapped in skin, not sin. What is your voice? What is your inner being? What is your thought? So before anything can come into the third dimension, the physical flesh, it starts in the thought realm. That's the fifth dimension. So the third realm, the third dimension is up, down, around, the physical flesh. The fourth realm, the 4D is time. Time does not exist. It's always now. If it was real, they wouldn't have put it in a box, all right? It's always in the box. It's never outside the box. It's always in the box. Whatever's in the box is bullshit. It's fake. Now, whatever's outside the box is real. So you have to build that relationship with your higher power so you know how to get outside the box. If that makes sense. You got to know the ledge. You got to look at it from 360 degrees, study it, and it starts with studying yourself. You're a human. Now, there's no time. Back to the subject. Cause and effect, we reap what we sow. That's a true time. All right? It's like the infinity symbol. That's what it looks like. Once you get past time, you'll get to the fifth dimension. That's the thought realm of creation. So once you're there with your higher power and you're meditating, because prayer is asking your higher power some meditation, receiving the answers. You'll be able to be more creative. You'll learn about creativity because everything starts in the thought realm, then it's put on paper or something. There's a blueprint or a plan before it can be brought forth into manifestation, full manifestation. So it's important that you build that relationship with yourself. Get that time by yourself. without looking at stuff. Close your eyes, because that's what's real. When you close your eyes, what you can feel. Your higher power talks to you based off your feelings. They don't understand words. So we're spellbound because we think words are real. So that keeps us confined to these boxes. They are invisible cages, invisible jail cells, okay? Every time you get a bill in the mail, that's an invisible jail cell. So, the United States Treasury and the IRS, they're really here. They're like a gift from God, truly. They're here to offset our currency or balance our energy. When all this negativity comes to you, you have to remain positive and trust yourself. If you have a relationship with your higher power, you're always led the right ways. You're always led with the right decisions, because everything you do is going to help humanity. You got to cut off these toxic people in your life, whether it's your best friend or who you think is your uncle or somebody that just causes you your downfall. You got to learn how to cut these people off. It's important, man. It starts in the spirit realm first. It starts in the mind. It starts in the psyche. Then you bring it around your physical flesh. And that's what helps me learn this stuff. Because the sun, when it talks to the earth, when it has a relationship with the earth, because we all know the sun and the moon has a relationship with the earth, the moon can move oceans. We can't even move oceans, but we're supposed to be conscious. So you can't tell me that the moon's not conscious. You cannot tell me that the moon has energy. You can't tell me that the moon's not an entity. I'm not saying that the moon is my creator, but I know my creator helped create this moon. All this universe is part of the creation. So if you know that the moon is there and it was created by something or somebody and it's conscious of its own, then it's important that you get this time by yourself, man. Get time by yourself to make this make sense. And I'm sorry that I've drugged this on. I'm not trying to preach, because I don't do religion, but I believe I see truth in all the religions. It just so happened to be the Moors who took me aside, took the time, and woke me up, taught me the Constitution. Very powerful document. Now, when you go in these courtrooms, so what the paper is, they're invoking the element of air. If you're doing it through the mail, all right, that's the element of air. You got earth, air, fire, water, spirit. The element of air is the United States Postal Union. You know, they claim to that. The element of water is the Admiralty Maritime Courts. These fake courts. They invoke the element of water. Your mind and spirit don't know, because you're a spirit having the human experience. So you don't know you're not going through this stuff. So when you consent, you're bringing water upon the land. And that's creating more separation between the lands on the earth. All the lands on the earth used to be one big land. One big land. And then we started creating separation. United we stand, divided we fall. Now, we're over here in America, but they're even separating this into countries and states and zip codes and streets. All these boxes are creating separation. It's important that we know this. So your mind and spirit don't know you're actually going through these things. When you say you agree and you consent, you're creating spells and bringing more water upon the land. It's some real Titanic stuff. Noah's Ark for real. Our ancestors spoke to us in metaphors and parables. So knowing that, you need to go back and have a relationship with your higher power and your spirit and go back and read that Bible, because the Bible is your sword, and you can go in the courtroom all day, every day, and use it to get out of everything you need. You don't need to learn no law. Learn the Bible. You just got to learn how to look at it from different perspectives. There's law in the Bible. There's astrology in the Bible. There's math in the Bible. There's history in the Bible. But we're looking at it in literal context. There's a language with everything. Their language is black law. Black law is not good. Common law is white law. So you need to learn common law and black law, and then you got the full yin and yang. Then you're balanced right there. I hope that makes sense. And when you learn this stuff, they're operating under admiralty and maritime law anytime you're presented with any contracts or any of these corporate things. Anybody else have any questions? I'm still here, man.
On the bonds, I wrote down bid bond, performance bond, the GSA form, and I don't remember the UCC which one it was.
All right, UCC 3-410. I'll pull it up so we can look at it. So accepting the varying draft, like a negotiable instrument, it's under the negotiable instruments. So just varying the draft and changing the goals. The terms of a drawing's acceptance vary from the terms that the draft is presented. So they drafted something, you're able to change it. Because you're the operator of this, you're the grantor of this corporation. Now, when we deal with any municipality, since the government shut down, when it comes to municipalities, they only operate. It starts off a verbal affidavit, but these municipalities are private corporations. And so it starts off a verbal affidavit, and then they can only exist off bonds. It's private banking. They exist off bonds, and then they try to make it public record or whatever. But you got performance bonds, and they're like $274 a file. The bid bonds, and then reinsurance bonds, and these are just to make sure you show up to court. The payment bond is put in on your behalf once you say you understand your charges, because they attach the penal sum. If you look up 27 CFR 7211, all crimes are commercial. So let's say 5 years with $100,000 fine. So once you don't perform on the performance bond, then you're going to go in default on the payment bond as well. All right, and these are all GSA forms, standard forms, and these are filed with the United States District Courts in your area. And once those have matured, they go on the stock exchange. They bid on these. Fidelity.
That's crazy.
New York market. Yeah. No, it's not crazy. This is how we operate. Everybody has a job to do, man. You got to learn what your life purpose is. Because it's not the waking up 9 to 5, man, for a corporation. Because it's still in your energy, so your kids can do the same thing, and then your grandkids. Knowledge is power, man. We're supposed to build spirit, mind, and body. We're not doing anything to uplift as a nation, uplift each other. We're all divided and separate. We're all one, man. We're all one family. We all came from the same source. The same thing that woke me up today woke you up. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wake up to go to no damn Walmart clock no check. Now, I'm not saying that that's not some people's life purpose. Because that might be somebody's life purpose. It might not be where I'm at. Everybody has a different job to do. It might be Bill Clinton's job to be the president. I'm not against that. I'm all for it. I salute him. Salute you. But that's not my job. It's not my job to even worry about what the government is doing. It's not my job. My job is to do what I do and focus on me and what I do to be betterment of humanity. I wake up every day knowing whatever action I do is going to be upliftment of humanity. I don't care if I yell at a cab driver. Hey, it's called the law of harmony. Learn universal laws and quit trying to learn man's laws. I know there's a law of gravity. If I throw this pin up, it's going to come down. That's a law of gravity. But if I run through a stop sign, my ancestors didn't know that law. For a tree to grow strong, it has to have strong roots. Why are we boxed in? Why is our houses in boxes? Everything's boxes. Our ancestors had teepees, pyramids. I'm not trying to bring back anything, man. I'm just saying we need to go back to who we are, the truth. What they're doing is not working. It's not making us better. We're only using, at the most, 10% of our mind. How many left-handed people are there in this world? All the animals in the animal kingdom use their legs and their feet. They use all fours. We're only right-handed individuals. Why? Most of us is designed this way. It keeps you. If you don't use both hands, it keeps you from opening up different things in your mind. We don't use our mind. We rely on these people for everything, man. We don't know how to rely on our own understanding. People don't know what to do without their cell phones these days. They don't know what to do without TV. They don't know what to do with music. They don't know what to do with themselves when they sit in silence. You gotta learn how to switch it around, learn how to look from a different perspective, because when you're lonely, don't nobody want to be lonely, but when you switch perspective to solitude, people want solitude. And I'll say it again, prayer is asking your higher power for something, but meditation is receiving the answers. Start learning this private side of life instead of relying on your public schooling. That's what it's all about. If you guys can contact me, 407-274-5161. Send me your email address. I'll make sure you get this information. Whatever it is you need when it comes to documents, I'll make sure you get it. The only thing that really costs is drafting and coaching.
Okay.
All right. I'll send you the videos I watch. I make videos as well. If you feel like I got books on the way, we should have at least 3 books out by the beginning of the summer. One should be here in the middle of the spring. First book. And we're traveling. We'll come here. We'll come see you. We'll teach groups of people, whatever. We don't really charge per person. We just get us there, take care of our lodging, some gas, and we teach to whoever, man. Whoever wants the message, we'll give it to them. Walk you through it. We will be in starting off the beginning of next week. We'll be in Minnesota. Then we'll be in Dallas, Texas. Then we'll be in Houston, Texas. Then I'm looking towards Philadelphia and Maryland, and also New Hampshire, and maybe even California. Not sure where you are, but that's what we're on, man. Just spreading the message, spreading the movement. And if anybody else has any questions, man, contact me. Is there anything else you need, sir?
I don't know if you just want to repeat. I know it's too long. I don't know how much time you have, but
all right. Fine.
I didn't get to the first. I got to number 8 only on the 10 laws of commerce.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to go over that.
Yes, we can go over that. That's my favorite part. Now, before I get started, I don't know if you got to hear my daily affirmations, because the word utter and the word outer have the same root meaning. So it's important, because what we utter becomes outer around us. All right.
Okay.
So I don't know if you do music. When you do music, you can capture sound waves. Anything you speak or even think of goes out into the universe and the ether. So my daily affirmations are: I'm lucky. My life is filled with abundance. I give out and attract positive vibes all day. My life is grand and ever improving. I'm thankful for all the experiences that have shaped me, because I am worthy. Life guides me to always make the right decisions. I'm always at the right place at the right time. I constantly attract positive things into my life. I'm perfect in every way. Making money is extremely easy for me. I constantly birth new ideas for passive income. Money is frequently attracted to me daily. I attract luck and prosperity at all times. I'm self-validated. I do not need external validations. Miracles happen to me all the time. I'm grateful for everything in my life. The reason why that's important that you tell yourself daily affirmations is because somebody taught you the sky was blue. Somebody taught you that was red. Somebody taught you this. Somebody taught you that. And they repeated it enough times that you believed it. So if you repeat certain things to yourself enough times, you'll start believing it. And that's a fact.
True.
So make sure you speak forth greatness to yourself. Make yourself your own best friend. All right, so the 10 laws of commerce. So you want to write it down? You're writing it down?
Yeah.
All right, I'll say it. So number 1 is you can only control what you create. You can only control what you create.
Okay.
Now, you create your son. You create your son. You create your daughter. You did not create your children. When you have a children, that makes you a parent. That's a pair who rents in the court system.
Well, a parent to what?
A parent is a pair who rents. A child or children, that makes them property.
Okay.
All right. You cannot control what you did not create. Number 2, you cannot control what you did not create. So if you did not create it, you cannot control it. Number 3, all commerce is based upon allodial title.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, all commerce is based upon allodial title. That's ALIODIAAL. All right. The only true title is the MSO. And that's the manufacturing statement of origin. The only true title is the manufacturer statement of origin.
Okay.
You ready? All right. Number 5, when you register, you give up the title.
Okay.
All right. So when you register anything, you give up the title. All right. Number 6, there is no money, just fiat currency or credit.
Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, there is no money, just fiat currency or credit.
Okay.
All right. Number 7, there is no involuntary servitude. So there is no slavery. There is no involuntary servitude. Everything's based upon your consent. That's basically what that means. All right. Number 8, first in line is first in time. That's why it's important that you become a secured party creditor. Again, that's first in line is first in time. All right. You got the rest of them? Number 9.
Let me see.
Number 9.
Go ahead. I'll write them on the same page.
All right. Yeah. All right. Number 9. Do not interfere with commerce. Do not interfere with commerce. And number 10 is do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. Everything's energy. So do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. Every action you do should be for the betterment of humanity. Law is contract, and contract is law. Now, real quick to go over the car process. The only things you need, man, is the window sticker, and I got a template for you for the bill of credit.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the instructions as well.
That's after we do the UCC filing, the all-cap name register.
So the thing is, when you get the window sticker, that's when you can do your UCC1 filing, because the window sticker has to go in with the UCC1.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that's it. Then you send this bill of credit with the window sticker, certified mail. You send it to the IRS, the UCC Contract Trust, the Internal Revenue Service, the Contract Trust Department in Washington, D.C. And it takes 45 days or less.
Okay.
Once everything's accepted. And they'll call you, they'll let you know, or they'll write you a letter and let you know your vehicle's ready. You can come pick it up.
Okay.
The people at the dealership don't know anything. They don't know what's going on. They really believe that you paid for it all cash.
Okay.
They'll come out and give you your keys, take pictures with you. A few people, they even took the actual car to the house.
Okay.
But yeah, man. They've done this for the lemon laws also in effect on these things. There's no license on it or taxing. No insurance contracts are required. I think this is all this was implemented on this bill of credit. Can you get it with the MSO? I'm not sure. Once you should be able to file the documents with your SPC because it's already on your secured party creditor to get the MSO. But I've only seen probably like 4 MSOs in my whole life, though. I'm just being honest. I've never actually obtained an MSO. Exempt tags, yes. Put exempt tags on it, private tags. I would put everything private. It goes directly in your trust. If you have a trust, put it in the trust, man. That way it's not property, it's a trust. It's private. But it's been my pleasure, man. I'm glad you guys came on the call. I gotta cut it short. I have a lot going on in my own personal life right now. Setting up this trip from Minnesota next and then Texas. You can always reach out to me directly. Like I said, 407-274-5161. Yeah, contact me. I'll make sure you get the, if you need the steps for that, become a secure party creditor, I can give it all to you. The same way with the 10 rules of commerce. You didn't even have to write them down. I can give them to you.
Okay.
Anything you need, man, just reach out. I might not get to you right away, but I will get to you. All right, and you can check out my website again. That's DonKilam.com. It's DonKilam.com.
Okay.
I thank you guys for your time and energy. I really do. I wish more people would want to learn more about this stuff. Quit trying to get the get rich scheme. Because look, you have to put in work with yourself. No pain, no gain. So you have to get that alone time by yourself and build with the spirit. And build with the thought realm, whatever it is. And don't allow anybody to dictate what religion you need to be, what God's name is, none of that. Don't let nobody tell you none of that. Only you can tell yourself that. And I hope that makes sense to y'all, man. But peace and love, man. Y'all can reach me. Yes, you are the creator. Somebody just messaged me saying I'm the creator. You are the creator. And reach out to me. It's so D. Reach out to me, man. 407-274-5161. And you can also email me.
Man.
My email address is CEC KENS CEC KEN STEIN Trust TRUST @gmail.com, and you can also reach me on my website. All right, my name is Malik Kalam. And you can go to donkalam.com. You can get you can contact me directly there. Just hit contact me, or you can text me at 407-274-5161. I will respond as soon as I can. But text me your email address, and I will text me your email address or email me or contact me on my page, and I'll make sure you get this PDF with the car stuff. And if you need any other information, I'll send you all the documents. Well, I hope you guys have a safe night tonight. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, man. Give yourself more credit. Tell yourself you're proud of yourself. You will be a positive force in this universe. And just know it, that it's a fact. Know you came from greatness and you're headed back. You're not a color. You're not really a nationality. You're a king. You're a queen. Period. You come from royalty. You are greatness. I love y'all, man. I do this